Can you help me with my character sheet real quick? We're taking a look at a topic as old as the dungeon in Dungeons & Dragons itself, the D&D Optimizer. Are they a menacing rules lawyer out to break the game, or could they be one of your party's best kept secrets? Let's dive in and find out. So when we talk about optimizers, we're referring to players who like to get the most out of their characters mechanically, whether that's maximizing damage, honing particular skills, or efficiently using their spell slots. It's similar to min-maxing, but it doesn't automatically mean you're a bloodthirsty power gamer looking to overshadow everyone else. An optimizer can absolutely care about stories, teamwork, and making the game fun for everybody. For example, imagine a wizard who loves illusions. An optimizer might carefully pick spells, feats, and items to make those illusions especially effective. Not necessarily to dominate every encounter, but to excel in a specific style of play, and it can even take the place of really cool narrative and role-playing mechanical moments. Power gaming, on the other hand, is what typically ruins sessions. Power gamers often exploit loopholes, overshadow other players, and derail entire narratives by focusing solely on winning, something that isn't really a goal in a collaborative, story-driven game like Dungeons & Dragons. If you want to be a power gamer, boy do I have a game for you. Warhammer 40k, go to town, there's even tournaments. In a game like that, a power gamer can flourish. But this is D&D, and that's why you're following me. Power gamers might frequently challenge the DM about rules to squeeze out extra bonuses, or ignore roleplay elements altogether. While everyone else is just trying to figure out what to do next, the power gamer is sitting there arguing with the DM about that one way that the sentence is phrased that allows them to do this crazy, insane thing. Everyone else at the table is rolling their eye. That's where there can be some confusion. An optimizer is generally someone who studies the rules to make their characters shine while still respecting others at the table, whereas a power gamer can end up hogging the spotlight. Optimizers can be invaluable allies at a gaming table because they bring a wealth of knowledge and they bring expertise that can benefit everybody. By studying rulebooks, character options, and gameplay mechanics, they often have a deep grasp about how different features and abilities interact. This helps them identify synergies that might not be obvious at first glance. For example, pairing a bard's inspiration with a fighter's high damage attacks, or combining specific paladin auras with cleric spells to protect the entire party. When it comes to new supplements or expansions, optimizers are typically the first to dive in, which means they can quickly brief the rest of the group on helpful feats, subclasses, and magic items. I even rely on a couple of my group's optimizers to fill me in to cool things and game-breaking things that I might want to be aware of if they come up. It's like having an in-house rules encyclopedist who can point you towards cool combos and save everyone time looking things up mid-session. I rely on my optimizer quite a bit during my sessions. I'll often go to them for rules advice. Yes, I'm the dungeon master, and I do know quite a bit of nuanced rules, but my job is more so to be a storyteller and a mediator. I really appreciate my optimizers. But beyond just crunching numbers, optimizers often enjoy the collaborative aspect of character design. They're usually more than happy to help flesh out a concept while keeping it mechanically sound. If you've got a whimsical idea, say a monk who's also a chief, specializing in tea ceremonies and herbal concoctions, an optimizer can probably suggest class features, feats, or multi-class dips and which supplements they can be found in that can bolster that story in actual gameplay. They can help you avoid terrible mistakes you might overlook that could hurt your character, and they can help you find the perfect feats to enhance the theme without sacrificing effectiveness. This ensures your idea not only feels unique in the narrative, but it also holds its own in combat, social encounters, and puzzle solving. Another crucial advantage is that they can help the party as a whole. Rather than hoarding their knowledge, many optimizers love sharing their insights. because a balanced and capable party is more fun for everybody. They often can be found coaching new players through complex rule sets or character building options. They can act as friendly mentors rather than gatekeepers, and this can make sessions run more smoothly, reducing instances of analysis paralysis during level ups or equipment shopping. Some optimizers even enjoy brainstorming tactics for multi-class party combos or creative spellcasting uses. Optimizers are often also enjoying the brainstorming of tactics for multi-class party combos or creative spell uses, giving every character a moment to shine. When everybody's characters are functioning well, maximum fun is happening at the table. Many of the negative stereotypes surrounding optimizers stem from the misconception that anybody who pays close attention to maximizing a character's abilities must be gaming the game. This confusion is understandable because both terms describe players, a power gamer and an optimizer, who look for ways to strengthen their characters. However, while a true power gamer typically fixates on winning at all costs, even if it means unbalancing the game or monopolizing the spotlight, an optimizer tends to focus on efficient and synergistic character builds without sacrificing party cohesion or narrative enjoyment. Over the years, anecdotal horror stories of players who exploit obscure rules, upstage others, or turn every session into a numbers arms race have conflated these two groups. This has led to the belief that anybody who deep dives into rulebooks, researches class features, or experiments with multi-class combinations must be out to break the game or steal everyone else's fun. What often goes overlooked is the collaborative intention behind the optimizer's efforts. Rather than hoarding knowledge or aiming to dominate, they might genuinely enjoy sharing these tips, helping new players navigate the character creation aspect of the game, and exploring fresh new ways to make encounters memorable for the whole party. Some of the best optimizers that I know even self-sabotage their characters to a certain degree so that their character flaws can play into the role-playing experience and make it a super fun thing to interact with. Just because you're an optimizer doesn't mean that you have the best character. It means that you're creating a character that does exactly what you want it to do mechanically and roleplay-wise. In contrast, a power gamer's reputation is built upon a history of sidelining stories and group dynamics to chase the highest possible damage output or exploit rules loopholes to do so. Because both kinds of players dive into mechanics, it's easy for an outside observer to conflate the two. The stereotype persists when people see a highly effective build and automatically assume its creator must be disruptive, competitive, and a power gamer. Yet in reality, most people are optimizers and they strike a balance between narrative flavor and mechanical soundness. I came up with some tips to use with this video. One effective strategy for dealing with power gamers is creating clear communication about the game's expectations. Before the campaign starts, or as soon as you, as a player or a game master, notice a problem, talk openly with your group about the kinds of experiences everybody at the table wants. If you see a player prioritizing winning or constantly pushing for loopholes that might overshadow the rest of the party, try reframing the game's goals. Emphasize storytelling and collaboration. And as a game master, you can consider designing encounters that reward creativity and teamwork over raw damage output, such as puzzles requiring multiple skills, social challenges that hinge on roleplay, or combat scenarios that benefit from diverse tactics other than brute force. If necessary, you can also use house rules to close exploits and loopholes that power gamers might use. Above all else, make it a conversation rather than a crackdown. Most power gamers don't necessarily set out to ruin the experience, they simply need guidance on how to channel their passion within the boundaries of cooperative play. And when it comes to utilizing optimizers, think of them as your resident experts on the intricacies of the game. Encourage them to share their knowledge with everybody at the table, whether it's advising a new player on the best feat for a rogue who wants to dabble in magic, or suggesting character fun combos that align with a player's creative vision. Often, optimizers relish the chance to help others shine, so give them opportunities to discuss party synergy in a group setting. You might even schedule brief character clinics before or after sessions, where they can offer tips on leveling up or using particular spells to their fullest potential. By incorporating an optimizer's insights into the overall party dynamic, you turn their expertise into a group asset, rather than a one-person show. This approach not only makes your table more cohesive, but also ensures that everyone, including the budding power gamer, understands how to maximize their characters in ways that enhance their collective story, rather than overshadowing it. In the end, recognizing the distinction between the two, someone who optimizes for the fun and depth of the game, and someone who power games to bend or break the rules, can transform how you view these players. Optimizers can be tremendous allies, helping you fine-tune your character's mechanics without sacrificing the story, while power gamers undermine the cooperative spirit that makes D&D so unique. As you head off on your next grand campaign, remember that understanding, cooperation, and a healthy dose of curiosity can help keep your table balanced and thriving. If you've enjoyed today's discussion, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and check out the links for my socials and Patreon in the video description below. Until next time, my friends, keep rolling those dice, and may your quests be epic.